Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a wonderful couple in love that loves reacting to some One Piece.
It's time for One Piece.
Yeah, and so this is One Piece live action on Netflix. This is episode 5. If you want all of our reactions to this series, we have a playlist down below in the description of this video, as well as a link to Patreon. You can get early ad-free access, and you can see our full watch-along reactions that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Our ship is ready to sail.
What's the meaning of this?
Grandpa, it's my first ship.
Do you expect to be a Marine when you're wasting your time on this nonsense?
I don't want to be a Marine. I'm a pirate.
Oof.
Begins today.
Go!
Punch.
It's important.
Priorities.
Yep.
Shit. No, don't destroy that beautiful ship.
The navigator, do something.
Sheet in and hard to...
Cannon, right?
Yeah, of course, I've loaded thousands of them. This must be a different model than I'm...
Which way's for?
The left. Load the cannon in the barrel. Light the...
I was impressed that he knew how like all the sailing terminology, but yeah.
Oh shit, no. No, oh that's bad. That's very bad. They didn't do too much damage at least.
By order of the Marines, submit to my authority. Have it your way.
Ooh. You gonna throw it at him? Oh. Yeah, he is! Nice!
Well, why weren't they just doing that all along?
Not bad, boy. Not bad.
Amazing!
Just tell me you could do that.
Oh, even Zoro's smiling and is impressed.
Get us out of here.
On it. Let's disappear.
Ah!
For us, but my charts are useless in this spot.
What did Luffy say? He's up on the bow. He hasn't said anything since we hightailed it.
Well, somebody needs to talk to him about this and that other thing. The vice admiral of my grandfather thing?
Yeah. Well, doesn't seem like a big deal.
You're his first mate. Kind of seems like that falls under your job description.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. Yeah, took a couple of hits during the battle.
Right. About the battle, you want to talk about it? Okay, good talk.
Did you even ask him?
Hey, you guys smell that?
He can lead you to food?
There's something on the grease. It smells like butter, soy sauce, meat.
I can't smell any brain damage.
I think that every day.
But really gotta get out of this fog.
Yeah, he's gonna lead you out of it.
I smell food, which means that there's someone somewhere cooking.
Which means that there's probably land.
5 degrees starboard! No, 3 degrees back to port!
Add food to the equation and suddenly he knows how to navigate.
Ratier.
Restaurant out at sea? Sweet.
All right.
Pirate bar.
Restaurant.
Then I know.
Disguise the ship so the Marines can't find us?
Sail back to Sarah Village where it's safe.
Eat.
Nah. Let's eat.
That fish better have a bar.
And who is that, sir?
Monkey D. Luffy. Perhaps you've heard of him? Well, in that case, we'll find it out
Yeah, I knew it!
in 3 weeks.
Exactly.
You'll have to excuse them. They're idiots.
Of course. Right this way, ma'am. Works every time.
I know she either wanted to get it done, or Zoro was just gonna come down.
I'd be happy to check your swords.
No.
Nope.
I got this.
Very good.
You could just take him off. Ooh.
Fancy food. Bless you. Bless you again.
Thank you.
Had my arm up on the table 8.
Hey, you better keep it on the menu. Whatever the hell that is, boss man ain't gonna like it.
Order up. Call it true bluefin sauté. It's elephant tuna, seared asparagus, and a sweet soy reduction.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Well, I call it crap. To the meat. Look, you don't like cooking our menu? Because I'll be more than delighted to give you some other work elsewhere. In fact, you are off the line. Now get out there and wait tables. Move! I'm saying this.
Sorry, dude. You can cook for Luffy.
Now, gentlemen, you know the rules here. We don't waste food. There is no fighting abroad.
No, this ain't gonna be a fight. I'm just going to kill him.
Like that. And I'd like to pour you each a glass of Itzuburgerstein on the house.
After he apologizes for his bad manners.
Over my dead body.
Nice!
Oh, yeah, he can join the crew.
Yeah!
Good fighter.
Wait till you see what he can cook.
Mm-hmm.
To our shitty restaurant, we're the only thing worse than the own food. My name is Sanjay for you.
Of everything, please.
Any drinks? Want cocktails to help you choke down?
Yes, the hard sell, huh?
See what you get for an aperitif to start. You have several rare Mercure vintages in stock. Perhaps you'd like a glass of Umeshu, you know, something sweet for someone sweet.
Something wrong with your
Waiter, can I get a beer? I think for my friends. 2 beers. I usually have 3, but...
And the milk.
3 beers. Sparkling mineral with ice or without, cubed or crushed.
regular water in a glass. Thanks.
Right away.
Madam, would Madam prefer her water in, or would a golden bowl be more Madam's?
Nami's got a boyfriend.
You guys are the worst.
Aww.
You hours.
No, we don't need their help.
We delay, we might lose track of Luffy entirely.
No SOS calls. We'll handle this problem on our own. Mihawk, did I catch you in the middle of...
Mihawk?
Just killing some time.
Whoa!
It's a hell of a sword.
Yeah! Yellow eyes.
Particular talent.
Who's the quarry?
Oh, damn.
Start named Luffy and sees himself a pirate.
Doesn't sound like much talent.
Not for the musketeer.
Yeah.
One moment.
Holy crap.
Oh, now that was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
You killed my men, destroyed my fleet. Why are you after me?
Woke me from my nap.
Not allow me to make it.
That looks like a gumball.
Dude, you are outmatched.
Mm-hmm.
Piqued my interest. Where am I headed?
East Blue, Sambas region, and Mihawk. Bring him alive by any means necessary.
Why would he not want to use his
Food is so good.
Marines and instead hire some bounty hunter vigilante?
That reminds me, we should do a toast. Come on, grab your glasses. To the best crew sailing on the sea, to our victory! Yeah! Ha!
No, I'm what victory exactly?
Against the Marines.
Mm-hmm.
Opposed to wrecking a base commander's office.
Bill, sir.
Thank you, my good man.
No, sir. Thank you.
I'm not saying that it's good that the Marines are on our tail.
What money does he have to pay with for all this?
Our crew can handle anything.
Who the hell is Monkey D. Luffy?
Peace. I'm gonna come back here, pay this bill in full, and with interest.
I'll go bear idea.
Yeah, now you're talking.
Pirates are gonna be London chalk. You're gonna pay off your debt washing dishes.
Wait, all of these?
For a start, you gotta remember something. The meal you had with your friend, that's 1 year's worth of dishes. I'd get a move on if I was you.
Damn.
In my restaurant, have you got it?
Yep. Luffy's gonna hire you.
With his amazing line of credit.
Mm-hmm. That's a big-ass bowl of booze.
Yep.
Pace yourself.
I don't even think there's any liquor in this. It tastes just like
Last time I said that, I woke up face down under a table.
Yeah.
Psycho clowns, killer butler. What's a vice admiral gonna do?
No, you don't get it. I can't get caught, not when I'm so close.
To paying off her debt.
Who's ready for another drink?
Of course I'm right.
Do you ever hear of anyone called Mihawk?
Best swordsman in the world. Better with a blade than anyone in living history. Terrorizing everyone they came across. The world government could have gone after that. That would have meant an all war. They realized it'd be more useful to keep them close as allies.
Why would the Marines work with pirates?
To do the things they didn't want tied back to them. In exchange, the warlords were given free
To do pirate stuff.
Yeah.
Cool pirate stuff.
Warlord pirate stuff.
You may know how to tie a knot. You don't know shit about how the world works.
That's very true. A little too idealistic.
If only the world could be the way the idealists think it is.
Yeah.
Of course I did. I didn't think the food here could get... You know, you're a really good cook.
Yeah.
Wait tables.
Because he's jealous. I should be honest, but the old man's so stubborn it'll never happen.
So that's your dream.
There's fish there that have never... Weeds, spices that have never been tasted. I'm gonna find it. That's my dream.
If you want to cook, you should cook.
Yeah.
Don't let some stubborn old man get in the way of your dream.
Luffy didn't.
Tell him what you want.
It's more than that.
Don't really do complicated either.
Help me.
Okay. What is going on? Scam?
And who's gonna pay for that? Handouts to every down on his luck pirate that watches.
And it's hungry.
Good for you. Quit anyways.
Resting out there for a week. You saved my life.
You're not only a good cook, you're a good guy.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. You should join my crew. I'm serious. For real.
Sorry, Joe boy, I've already got a job.
But you're not happy here.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay. I had you right all the way back in Orangetown. I'll bet you didn't have any friends as a kid.
I had friends.
Swords don't count.
You had a great friend.
I had one friend.
Hell, one more than I had. Drink.
Drink.
Aww. Great moment.
Should I come back later, sir?
No. I'm almost done here.
Oh my god, that's a big steak.
Yeah. How many steaks has he eaten?
If that's not the case, maybe I'm not meant to be a...
Have a seat, son.
Okay.
The same set of laws do not apply to everyone.
That's not fair.
No, it's not. But you have to decide if you can live with that. I could have been Fleet Admiral by now. I always turned down the promotion. Do you know why? Because I'd have to do things their way. I'd lose my freedom.
Yes, sir.
The world is not fair. But the Marines are all that are standing between order and anarchy. Let me ask you, can you live with that?
Sir.
Good speech.
The uniform starting to fit you after all.
And then they aim their biggest, baddest cannons at us.
Yes.
You're gonna
I'm
feel
the best shot in
so
the
bad
East Blue.
tomorrow.
Yep.
So I fired at him.
The question is, does he pass out and puke tonight?
And again, boom,
Probably be the best thing that happened to him.
down goes the yard. Marines dead in the water.
Oh shit.
Luffy, he's like the official captain. Bounce that ball back. Boom. I should very much like to meet this Luffy. Okay. Sure. I'll meet the whole crew.
Zoro, they're gonna need you against the greatest swordsman.
Would you say your name was again?
Which one of you is monkeyed?
Who wants to know?
You're Dracula Mihawk.
I have business with your captain. If you know what...
Zoro has business with you.
Oh, I knew one named Luffy. Right, Zoro? Zoro?
Been following your career since I was a child. An honor to finally meet you, sir.
Thank you.
Which is why it pains me to inform you that tomorrow you're going to die.
Yes.
I, Roronoa Zoro, challenge you to a duel. My lifelong is to best you in single combat and become the greatest swordsman in the world.
You're serious?
Accept my challenge. You'll see how serious I am.
Very well. Tomorrow at dawn. And when I'm done with you,
What the hell did you just do?
Bought some time. Because now he's not going after Luffy right now.
True.
Right, are we done yet?
It's too early for Mihawk to die.
You lads, yeah.
Seems like a cool character.
If you think Sanji's gonna give up because of you, then forget it.
Excuse me?
You hurt me. You may have banned him from the line, but you can't stop him from cooking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. This starving pirate washed up earlier. You know what Sanji did?
No, don't tell him.
Oh, Luffy.
Maybe we need more drinks.
Tell your first mate he's going to get himself
Tell your
killed.
navigator to butt out.
Maybe this isn't such a great idea, Zoro.
When you met me tied up on that cross, what did I...
What makes you think I want to play pirates with you?
No.
I kill your kind for a living?
No.
That you made a promise to someone a long time ago to be the world's greatest swordsman.
The only way to do that is to beat Mihawk in a duel and take his title. I intend to do just that.
Even if you die in the process? Will you please do something?
He's going after his dream. Luffy knows about that. Exactly.
You want me to say you're the best? You're the best, okay? You're the best I've ever seen, but you are not better than him.
If you fight him tomorrow, you're going to lose.
Why do you even give a shit?
You're my friend, you idiot.
Oh,
You're gonna walk away.
Zoro. That was harsh, dude. Yep. I was waiting for that. No, don't go on me.
Just further proving that she doesn't have any friends by doing this.
Coming aboard?
Let's strut.
Require my services, small package. Oh, I do like your hat.
Enough. Let's begin. What the hell is that? I'm here for a sword
I
fight.
don't hunt rabbits with a cannon.
Dick.
I'm no rabbit.
That remains to be seen.
Holy shit!
There's a reason he has the title, Zoro.
Mm-hmm.
You're strong.
Stop talking and fight.
Frog croaking in a well. Croak, croak, croak.
You're wearing yourself out, Zoro.
Yeah. You're fighting angry. Fight smart.
Nice flip.
Mm-hmm.
One of us would become the world's greatest sword to ever live.
Why don't you retreat?
Because this is when you're most vulnerable.
Or my dream will be lost forever.
You're brave. I'll give you that. So I'll do you the honor of killing you with Yoru.
That's more like it.
Come on.
You cut him? Oh shit. I don't see any blood on a sword.
You're defeated. Why do you persist?
Wounds on the back are a swordsman's greatest shame.
Magnificent.
What?
I'm going to become the king of the pirates.
King of the pirates. A much more treacherous path than even defeating me.
I don't care. It's what I'm going to do.
Maybe you will at that. This world could use a few more wild cards. It's too soon for you to die. Grow strong and come find me. I'll be waiting.
Didn't cut him deep enough to give him a hell of a scar.
He's losing so much blood.
It's gonna be okay. Hey, Zoro, can you hear me? I said it's too soon for you to die.
If I fail to become the world's greatest swordsman, you'll be disappointed.
You could never fail me.
Oh.
Again. From now until I beat him, to become the greatest swordsman I will never lose again.
Zoro? Zoro!
There are 3 of you. One of
I
you
know.
run to get a doctor.
Oh, I mean, I knew it was too soon for Zoro to kill that guy. I'm like, that guy's way too cool for him to be killed off this quickly. And like, this seems like it's gonna be like an epic battle for a while between those two. I didn't think it'd go down like that though. Zoro just getting completely owned, and that was so badass when he took out like the little knife and was just toying with Zoro. But he got the guy's respect, and he not only let Luffy go. Supposedly he didn't have the killing blow. I mean, definitely could have like cut him in half if he wanted to.
Oh, he absolutely could have killed him. Yeah, that was so he has to have some sort of special power. Like you can't just stop someone with like a toothpick-sized knife when they're coming at you with 2 blades. Like we agree he has some kind of power, right? Like that's not normal. Zoro is normal. Zoro is a normal person capable of great fighting skills, but he doesn't like bounce around like rubber like Luffy does or anything. He doesn't have those fancy powers.
Yeah. So you think this guy ate like a devil fruit or something like that? I mean, his eyes are all...
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to have, right? Like, no one... I don't care how good your eyesight is. No one could do that.
Well, yeah, and he had a cannon back when it was shot at him with his big-ass sword.
Yeah.
Split a ship in half. I mean, Buggy's fun, but I think that dude is my new favorite villain.
I keep wanting to just call him D'Artagnan because of the Musketeer outfit. Like that's just in my brain. That's what I keep. I'm like, D'Artagnan.
Yeah.
He's definitely my favorite of the like bad pirates.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Zoro had like the bravery, the self-respect, and the respect for his opponent to say like, I lost.
Yeah.
Strike me down. Like that's balls. Like that is some crazy amount of courage and respect to do that I don't think any of us could do. Like,
no, definitely not.
And I love that he did that. I love that our Musketeer guy, I don't remember his real name just because I kept calling him D'Artagnan in my brain.
Begins with an M.
I know the M. I just don't know anything that comes after the M. He struck him down in a way that ensured that he would be down for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't just I'm going to give you a bit of a scar. Come find me one day. Like this wasn't like Inigo Montoya with like the little bit here and there. No. He opened him up, and yet somehow had the precision. Bless you.
Thank you.
Somehow had the precision to know this is going to hurt. This is going to take you down. And it's going to leave one hell of a calling card. But as long as your friends have the wherewithal to get you some help, it shouldn't kill you. And I mean, the special effects department for that sword scar, that wound, bravo. I mean, because so many times in movies, you know, it's just like the red coming through the cloth, or it's like just a kind of a clean line. But I mean, that particular scar was not just the line of the sword, but you also felt like the force of the impact of that giant sword, because like it was, it looked a lot more aggressive and intense than I think a lot of the sword kind of special effects scars that we see.
I love how Luffy is said that Zoro could never disappoint him. That was huge. And also just not standing in the way of someone else's dream. And just like the sparkle that he gets in his eyes when he hears somebody else's dreams. And, you know, when he said, don't let some old man tell you, you know, that you can't do it. And you thinking about him and his grandfather. There were just so many good moments in this one, like outside of the fight. I mean, the fight at the end obviously was like the highlight and it was super badass. But there were a lot of moments little small moments in between there with characters that I thought were handled really well.
Luffy is like, in so many ways, the potential best of humanity, right?
Oh.
Like, he has this dream. Nothing's going to get in the way. He has an unshakable confidence in himself to make it happen because there's simply no other option is Brian. Like he will make it happen. That's it. Period. End of story. And yet he collects these kind of like good people who are misfits where they currently are and champions their dreams as well. Like in so many ways, that is the best of humanity, right? Like pursuing your dream, champion the dreams of those beside you, like sticking together, having each other's back. That's the best of, I think, what we're all capable of. And that's what we should all aspire to. And Luffy embodies that so brilliantly and effortlessly and just with this kind of gorgeous outlook on life. Like his personality is so infectious, it comes through the TV screen. Like, and you just feel a little bit better watching Luffy. They're like, oh yeah, like life is good. Go out there and get it. Like, I don't know. It just comes across. And then to the other moment that you spoke of, Zoro's like, Luffy, you won't be disappointed in me if I don't become the world's best swordsman.
Yeah.
Such an incredible moment of transparency for Zoro's character, because it really defines what he thinks of Luffy in this moment. Luffy is that one friend to him. He promised his last best friend he'd be the best swordsman. Now Luffy's that friend, and he's afraid he'll fail him if he doesn't live up to that promise. So it's almost like there's been like this transference of that promise to Luffy, which speaks volumes about their relationship. And then sort of the underlying fear that Zoro has that he's nothing if not that. You know, like whereas Zoro, I mean, we've commented on just like, God, how attractive he is as a character. And I don't mean just physically, but like the swagger he brings to the table. Like that, sorry, she snored. That cool, calm, collected, always in control, able to assess the situation and execute the action that needs to happen to make sure that everything falls into place. Like he just has that, which is on the outside to all of us, like that's confidence. He's got it. And yet in this moment, you see that if he can't be the world's best swordsman, it doesn't seem like he recognizes all the other stuff that he has to offer. Because Luffy doesn't love him for being the world's best swordsman. Luffy just loves him. He's a part of the crew. He's in the family. Period. That's all that's required. But Zoro only sees himself in a certain way and doesn't realize that anyone else could see him any differently.
You made such a great point with Luffy championing other people's dreams as well. And like it all started with Kobe in this, where Luffy also will never like ask anyone to compromise their dreams to help him achieve his own. You know, like he could have tried to, you know, talk Kobe out of it and be like, hey, you know, just come with me, be in my crew for a little while. We'll find the One Piece. And then after that, you can join the Marines. You're just young. I mean, you know, there's no rush to get into it or whatever. It's like, no, go chase your dream right now. Don't let anybody get in your way. I'm certainly not going to get in your way. Yeah, it's just, I mean, so such a fantastic character. And you can see why everyone, like, you know, Zoro doesn't seem like an easy guy to win over. And Luffy won him over pretty fast. Love the scene with Nami and Zoro with the shots and trying to learn more about each other, finding some similarity like between them, some common ground, and that they're not that different. That it's kind of one of those things of, oh, you don't know me, you don't know what I've gone through. And it's true, like they've gone through different things that's made them who they are, but like it doesn't mean that they haven't like both had to overcome hardships and like they can just, you know, have some sort of camaraderie in that, you know, misery loves company or whatever. So yeah, I know it's like that small little scene just spoke volumes about both their characters. And I really love the dynamic between those two.
So I'm just this is like a Luffy love fest, but I'm gonna go back to Luffy, and then we'll switch over to Nami because we've not taken a dive into sort of what she alluded to, which is worth discussing. So I'm currently listening to this podcast called Dare to Lead by Brené Brown. It's based on her book. I haven't read her book yet, but I thought I would dive into the podcast until I could get the book. And one of the pieces that she talks about is that you cannot be a great leader without vulnerability. And I was sitting there thinking about that because so much of what we perceive to be leadership is
tough and
being tough, being indestructible, being superhuman, like, you know, having all the answers all the time, like knowing right and wrong, no matter what, without question. And what her podcast was all about was that truly you cannot be a good leader without vulnerability. It takes vulnerability to earn people's trust. It takes vulnerability to have self-awareness, to recognize, where you're good and not good in areas. And Luffy, to me, what is so courageous about him and the courage and vulnerability pairing that he has is he's never afraid to look foolish. He's never afraid to put himself out there. But when it comes to things like his friends, that switch that gets flipped in him is so extreme. And so like you really see, like to me, I'm like, oh my God, he's so brave to like not be afraid to look foolish and all this stuff. But to him, that's not brave. The switch comes with his friends because he cares so deeply for others. Like that is where he as a person is vulnerable. It's also where he will like throw himself on a grenade without question.
Yeah.
So that I was like watching this, I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what they were talking about, the pairing of courage and vulnerability. And I was like, and you see it so clearly in Luffy, and is one of the things that makes him so incredibly lovable as a character. So that I just had to point that out because it's more Luffy Love Fest. But now Nami. I again was disappointed in Nami. Not in the actress. Great job.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, oh, like we made progress from when she was going to bail on them before. I kind of thought she learned her lesson. Like, yay, she's one of the crew now.
She didn't bail on them.
No, but by God, was she willing to for a split second? Like when the times got tough, Nami's instinct is to bail out.
Yeah.
It's not an attractive quality. It's a very human quality. Many of us are like, hey, when it gets tough, I'm out. I mean, how many times have you heard people say that about like relationships or a given situation? Like, it gets tough and they're like, I'm out, I'm done. I'm not going to try anymore. And not saying that that's not appropriate in some instances. Sure. Like that can be healthy. But in Nami's case in particular, she seems to be finding a family that she's always longed for in this crew. And yet the minute it seemed to create some sort of friction for her in her spy mission, whatever this other ulterior motive is that she has, which we still don't know, she's ready to drop them so quickly. And I think she would have if Zoro's life hadn't been on the line. I think it was the extremeness of that situation that brought her back.
Yeah. And that's why like I really liked her in that moment. The fact that she went back because Zoro's life was on the line and she wasn't going back to like save his life and go back there like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna jump in the fight with him or whatever and like help him out. Like, it's like he needs me in this battle. It wasn't that. It was the fact that she wanted to be there for him, support him. If the worst should happen, I don't think she would have been able to like live with herself if Zoro died and she wasn't there. And so for that, I'm like, okay, now you really kind of know that she is invested in this crew. And she had talked like, yes, like she has that natural ability to, not natural ability, but she has that natural instinct to want to flee. And we don't know exactly why though, because she did say that she can't get in any trouble when she's so close.
Yep. That was gonna be my next point is what the heck does that mean?
Which makes me think that she got into trouble. She got busted for something in order to pay off, like instead of going to jail, all right, you're going to work for me. And she's working off her debt, which in this case, I think was criminal. And so that's what she's trying to do. Like you said CIA or whatever, when like you talked about like a military government organization that she was probably working for. Yeah. And so I'm sure if she gets in trouble again, doing something illegal, the deal's off. Or she has to add extra years to her service, which she doesn't want to do. That's my working theory right now from based on what she said. So you can kind of see why she doesn't want to get mixed up with what Luffy's doing and everything. And maybe that's one of the reasons she hates pirates. Maybe because she fell in with some pirates and like they abandoned her and left her. And so that's, she felt like she was part of the crew. She felt like she had somebody And then all of a sudden, you know, they abandoned her at their first chance they got. And then she got caught, and then she had to pay this off. And we haven't seen yet them, like Luffy or anybody kind of like, no, the opportunity hasn't been there for them to like stick up for Nami or like not leave Nami behind. There's definitely going to come a moment when that happens. And you know, I think obviously Luffy and the crew will come through for her, but it would suck if something happens where, you know, she's expecting them somewhere and they don't show up because of some complication. So she thinks they abandoned her. She gets caught, and then like that whole trust is now broken. Hope that doesn't happen, but I could see it happening.
To Nami's credit, when she came back, I love the fact that she held Captain. He's not the captain. Captain.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I love the fact that she held his hand when it was getting very tough in the fight.
Mhm.
I was like, there you go, Nami. Like, you belong with them. But I think my disappointment just comes from like, I wanted that connection there before Zoro's life was on the line.
Mm.
I wanted her to feel the sense of loyalty and not abandoning them without somebody having to be near death's door. Like, I'm like, come on, Luffy hasn't earned that from you? Seriously? Like, Zoro hasn't earned that from you without being on the verge of death? Like, I really felt like at this point, she kind of owes them a little more friendship and loyalty than to bail out.
Mhm.
I appreciate that she came back.
That she didn't bail out.
But I believe if Zoro hadn't been up for that fight and they were just there at the dock, still running from Marines, still running from other pirates, she would have left him. And that disappoints me.
And see, like, I feel like I can't be disappointed in something you haven't done. So like, she didn't leave. She came back and stuck it out with them. Her reasoning, you know, we don't know. I can't see alternate universes and timelines.
Multiverse.
Yeah, and you know, reasons your reasons do matter in a lot of cases. For this one though, she did come back and was there to support Zoro and the rest of the crew, and you know, as they watch their friend battle for his life.
What did you make of Luffy's grandfather?
Oh, the general?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I thought it was very interesting, the dynamic once Luffy shot that cannon back.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed to get excited and like, dare I say, almost proud.
Yeah,
like,
a little bit.
Way to go, boy. And I was like,
yep.
Wait, he just shot a cannon at you. So
Wait, he threw a cannon at him.
Well,
or cannonball.
General threw it at Luffy. Luffy kind of belly bounced it back at him.
True.
So that was unexpected. Like, he's been in so many ways pitched to be our villain. So like, to see that flip, like, that's one of the things I love about what they've done with these characters in this, is that there's sort of a duality to a lot of them that oddly they pull off. And I say oddly because like, it feels like they kind of shouldn't be able to make those shifts and still have me buy into it. But they do. I mean, because it's not subtle. And so I found that piece to be interesting. The other piece that I found to be very interesting was when he was talking with
Kobe.
Thank you. See, bad at names. And he said, I was offered Admiral many times.
Yeah.
And I turned it down because I don't want to play by their rules. Which made me wonder, what are their rules as opposed to his rules? Because he's not above going into the pirates to try to bring in his grandson. I mean, he does specify bring him in alive, and so that's nice. But, you know, it just made me wonder, what was the difference in rules? And since he didn't climb that high, is it those people that are that high who Nami might be working for?
Ah, okay. Could be.
It was vague enough that, like, are the admirals and the people at the top bigger scumbags, and that's why he didn't rise that high? Or is it there are more rules at the top and he wants to be more of a rogue and a renegade?
I think that's it. I think it's, he didn't want to have to, there are more rules at the top and more scrutiny. And so he wants to be able to do things his way. Like, and so like, you know, be able to bend some rules.
I think it was the way he said, like, find what you can live with. That to me made it sound like he climbed as high as he could, but couldn't live with whatever they were doing at the top. So like, it almost hit me as the people at the top are doing worse stuff.
Possibly.
Like, that's kind of how it sounded to me, where I was like, wait a minute, is he saying that he's the renegade and like he doesn't want to be confined by rules? Or is he saying, fine, but you can live with, and the people up there are real shits? Like I don't know. Like, I kind of was hearing both ways. And so that's where I was just trying to get your read on like, what was your impression of him and like sort of what this was giving us in terms of insight into him and his character, as opposed to like the messaging to Kobe.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's a piece of shit. You know, I think that he is trying to do what he thinks is right. And I read it more as him being a renegade and like, or not renegade so much as not wanting to get into the bureaucracy of it all, the higher you climb.
I mean, that's the only reason it made me question it, is because we really haven't met the government at all.
No. And you talked about that before, yeah.
We have no concept of what the government is in this world. We know Marines and then pirates. And it seems like anywhere the Marines are not, there's just sort of this lawlessness. So that's just, I think because I've thought about it before, like that was one of the things where my brain just picked up on that. It was like, yeah, who's at the top? Like, who are these people?
Yeah.
What are they up to? Are they good? Are they bad? I don't know.
Well, although I could see it the other way, that he just didn't want to climb higher because he couldn't live with what they do, the higher ups, and yeah, they're questionable characters that he doesn't agree with. I could see that as well.
And sometimes in the real world, it's both, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it is more bureaucracy and paperwork and politician type stuff. And also, the people at the top kind of suck. Like, sometimes that's what happens.
Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want early ad-free access and get our full watch-along reactions, we have a link to Patreon down below in the description of this video. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction to One Piece Episode 5, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.